When you hear the word billionaire, what comes to your mind? Big mansions, private jets, expensive suits, maybe. But that's not where their story begins. Every great person you know today, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, they all started just like you. Ordinary people, with extraordinary dreams. The difference between them and most others wasn't luck, it wasn't even talent, it was mindset. They saw opportunity where others saw problems. They believed when no one else did. And that belief, that fire inside, made them unstoppable. When Elon Musk was sleeping on a couch, working on PayPal, when Steve Jobs was tinkering with wires in his parents' garage, when Jeff Bezos quit his stable job to sell books online, everyone around them thought they were crazy. But they had a vision. They could see what others couldn't. And here's the truth: every great success starts with an impossible dream. Elon didn't just want to make cars. He wanted to change how humanity moves. Jobs didn't just build computers, he built a culture of creativity. But what people forget is this. They started small, no big office, no huge team, no guaranteed success, just an idea and courage. Because dreaming big is easy. Anyone can do that, but starting small, that takes courage. You don't have to have it all figured out, you just have to begin. The moment you start, the path slowly reveals itself. Every empire begins with a single brick. So maybe, today, that first brick is in your hands. One thing that separates billionaires from everyone else is focus. Most people chase 10 things at once. They start one project, then jump to another, then another. But billionaires? They pick one thing and chase it with everything they have. Bill Gates spent years writing code, day and night. He missed parties, skipped vacations, and gave up comfort, but in return, he gained mastery. Focus is a weapon. In a world full of distraction, those who stay focused become unstoppable. So, ask yourself, what's the one thing that truly deserves your attention? Not 10 things, just one. Protect it, nurture it, and give it your all. Because that's how greatness is built, not from doing everything, but from mastering something. Another secret: billionaires never stop learning. They're curious like children. Warren Buffett reads for hours every single day. Elon Musk literally taught himself rocket science from books. Mark Cuban still studies new tech trends like a college kid. That's the mindset. You never think you've arrived, because the moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. So don't waste your evenings scrolling aimlessly. Feed your mind, read, watch, listen. Every skill you add makes you more valuable. And when your value grows, so does your income. Remember, your mind is your greatest asset. The more you invest in it, the richer you become. But let's talk about something real: failure. Most people are terrified of it. They see it as the end. But for billionaires, failure is the beginning. Elon Musk's first 3 rockets exploded. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Jeff Bezos lost billions experimenting with new ideas. But they all came back stronger. Why? Because they didn't take failure personally. They took it as feedback. Each mistake taught them something new. Each setback built their resilience. So if you've failed before, good. You're learning, you're growing. Failure doesn't destroy you, quitting does. Remember that. Now here's something most people miss. Billionaires think long-term. While others chase what they can get today, what can this become in 20 years? That's their question. Jeff Bezos built Amazon knowing it might take a decade before profit. Warren Buffett invests with a 30-year mindset. Elon Musk works on Mars missions that might take 50 years. They play the long game, and in the long game, patience is the ultimate advantage. So stop rushing success. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Stay consistent, stay patient. The future belongs to those who build slowly but steadily. Now, here's something funny. Behind every billionaire, there's a boring routine. They wake up early. They read. They plan their day. They exercise. And they repeat it every single day. Success looks glamorous from the outside, but on the inside, it's just discipline. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same t-shirt daily. Not because he's lazy, but because he doesn't waste energy on unimportant decisions. That's how he saves focus for what truly matters. So build your own routine. Something that aligns with your goals. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be consistent. Because success isn't built in a day, it's built daily. Let's talk about money for a second. Billionaires don't chase money. They attract it. How? By creating massive value. They focus on solving big problems and money problems. You can't get rich by asking, "How can I make money?" You get rich by asking, "How can I help millions of people, solve bigger problems, earn bigger rewards?" It's that simple. And here's the twist. Money doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you are. If you're generous, you'll give more. If you're selfish, you'll hoard more. So don't just aim to make money. Aim to grow into the kind of person who deserves it. Now, here's something beautiful. When you finally start succeeding, don't forget to give back. Bill Gates built the biggest foundation in the world to fight disease and poverty. Elon Musk invests in clean energy. Oprah Winfrey builds schools for children. Because success without contribution feels empty. When you help others rise, you rise even higher. You don't need millions to give. You just need a heart that cares. Even sharing your time, your kindness, or your story can change someone's life. So, let's take a breath. What have we learned from all of this? Billionaires dream big, but start small. They focus deeply. They learn constantly. They see failure as feedback. They think long-term. They live with discipline, and they give back when they win. That's the billionaire mindset. It's not about being born rich, it's about thinking rich. So from today, think bigger, work smarter, learn daily, and never give up. Because the day you start thinking like a billionaire is the day your journey toward greatness truly begins. But before we end, let's get personal. Maybe you're sitting in a small room right now. Maybe you're struggling to start something new. Maybe people don't believe in you. That's okay. Because the truth is, you don't need them to believe. You just need to believe in yourself. The people we call billionaires today were once laughed at, doubted, rejected. But they kept going. Your dream doesn't have to make sense to everyone. It just has to make sense to you. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the right setup. Start with what you have, right where you are. That's how every great story begins. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize those long nights, those failures, those small wins, they were shaping you into the person you were meant to become. So dream fearlessly, work relentlessly, and never, ever stop believing. Because one day, someone will tell your story the way we now tell theirs. And that day, you'll know you thought like a billionaire long before you became one.